The opinions expressed on this program are solely those of individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of either Spectrum Generations or Time Warner Cable. Mature Lifestyle is made possible by Hollywood Casino. There's no place like Hollywood. And by Knowlton Hewins Roberts Funeral Homes and Cremation Service. Our homes are warm and welcoming, and we take care of you and your family like we would our own. Call us anytime. We are here for you.
Hi, I'm Stacy Frizzle, the Executive Director of People Plus in Brunswick, Maine, and I'm happy to be filling in today for Libby Mitchell, the longtime host of Mature Lifestyle. Show brought to you by Spectrum Generations, the Aging Resource Disabilities Centers located all over the state of Maine. Today we're in Brunswick with Liz McGee. She's the director of Spindleworks, a program run by the Independence Association.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So we're going to spend the day weaving our way through this building, meeting the participants of your program,
Yep.
Seeing the beautiful art that they make, and finding out from Liz and the participants how they're a part of this community of Brunswick in such an intrinsic way, and what it brings to them and what it brings to our community.
Great.
So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks so much for being here. This is great.
Well, this is exciting for us, too, to learn more about it. I've been in Brunswick now for 12 years, and this is the first time I've been in this room. I know.
Welcome.
It's shocking. So thanks for having us here. So where are we? Where are we standing right now?
Well, we're in the Spindleworks store, or Whatnot shop. We have the Whatnot gallery and the Whatnot shop, and we're surrounded by examples of the beautiful artwork that's been made here. So from weaving and painting to sculpture, ceramics, you name it, we make it, pretty much.
And all of these items are for sale? I mean, this stuff is gorgeous.
Yes, they are. They are for sale, and the artists get 75% of anything they sell. So for some of them, that's a really important paycheck if they don't have another job. Yep.
I'll bet. So how much time do the artists spend here working?
They're here Monday through Friday, 9 to 2, and that's their work week, but we are open 9 to 4, and the public can come in any time that we're open to visit the shop, and also to meet the artists. They love giving people tours and showing people what they do.
Gotcha. So the Independence Association, tell us a little bit about
Absolutely.
what that is.
Independence Association was founded in 1967. It's an agency that supports children and adults in achieving full and inclusive lives in their chosen community. So we are a program of the association, focusing obviously on art.
Okay. So all the artists here are participants with Independence Association.
Yep.
And this is what they do as their way of being independent.
Yeah, and for some of them, we have people who attend 5 days a week, and they're career artists. They see this as their job. They see this as what they were put on the planet to do. We have other individuals who are more like Sunday painters and come 1 or 2 days a week. So they all fit into the community here in a different way.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of community,
Yes.
so I know from living here what Spindleworks does, but they don't. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Spindleworks' involvement in the community?
Well, we've been growing up with Brunswick. Brunswick is an amazing town that has embraced Independence Association and Spindleworks in particular because we are right downtown in the historic district. And we do as much as we can with the public. Obviously, we're a business in the public in downtown, but we also try to create events that include the public. So we host every year the All Species Parade, which is for anybody to come dress up as a species to celebrate the environment, to celebrate Earth Day. We hold shows both on-site and outside of Spindleworks, for example, at Frontier, and invite the community to be part of those exhibits. So instead of following others' leads, we try to also be leaders in the community.
Great.
And we volunteer in the schools, so
Wow.
a number of different ways that we take
Really
part in our
active.
community. Very
That is
active.
wonderful.
Yeah.
So let's take some time today, if it's all right.
Yes.
We're going to meet the artists.
Yes.
We're going to walk through this beautiful old building and see what they're doing here.
That's great.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
So we find ourselves here learning about the process of weaving with the artists at Spindleworks. So I'm joined now with Kathy Worthington.
Hello.
Tell us what your role is here at Spindleworks.
I'm an artist mentor at Spindleworks. I've been here since the late 80s and I work here doing fiber, setting up looms and teaching textile painting classes and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Great. So you're going to walk us through the process of weaving.
Correct.
And we are here at what seems to be station 1.
Yes.
Okay, so take it away.
Okay.
What is this?
So when we first start the weaving process, the artist decides what project they want to make. And Kim, what have you decided you want to make?
I'm making a scarf.
So Kim's picked out colors of pearl cotton yarn, and she's also picked out a pattern in the pattern book, and we've decided on just to start winding the warp, and she starts by just moving the yarn right around the warping reel, and it actually goes in a certain order, and the pegs on the top keep the order, and she just keeps winding away until we get to the width of the warp that she wants to weave for the project.
Okay. And so from this point,
Yes.
the yarn, the string,
Yes.
goes to the loom.
Correct. So when she's all finished winding the warp, then we tie off each section and chain it up, and then we bring it to the back of the loom, and we set it up on the back of the loom. We put, we wind it onto the back, and we put paper on the back to keep it separated, and then we keep cranking on the back till the whole thing is on the back, and then it goes over to the next process, which would be threading the loom.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how long, Kim,
Yes.
how long have you been doing this?
I started in 2006 to weave in here.
Wow, so 6, 7 years.
Yes, it was.
And what is your favorite part of the weaving?
Is to do it, to spread it, and to make it, and see what we can make out of it.
Right. So do you have items for sale in the gift shop?
Yes, I do. I have some belts, some, I made some things to put your iPods in there, iPads in there, stuff in there.
Oh, like iPad carriers,
Yes.
carrying cases? Wow, that's wonderful. How many artists do you have here?
I believe we have 45 artists.
Wow.
Yeah, they
Wow.
don't all come the same day, but
Right,
yeah,
right.
And some of them have been here since it started. Some of them have been here a good 25 years, and others are brand new. So,
Right.
Yeah.
So, Kim, can you tell me, how much do you come?
I come Monday to Wednesday.
And how does this part of your world, Spindleworks, fit into the rest of your life?
It's amazing to come here because one for the program, I won't harass myself. I won't make things I couldn't make if they were at home. It costs a lot of money to buy the stuff. And I'm so happy to come every day to learn new things and be with the staff to help me to do things.
Right. Well, you've done a very good job on camera, too. Nicely done. You might have 2 careers waiting for you. So well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Kathy, so we're going to move from here to see Earl.
Yes.
We'll go there
For
nerext.
threading,
Okay,
yes.
great. Well,
Great.
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So where are we now?
So this is the process of threading, and Earl has wound his warp on a little differently. He started by using a sectional warp beam where we just saw the winding the warp on the warping reel. This is done in a different process, but the threading process is basically the same. So he is painstakingly taking each thread off the back beam and threading it through the heddles. So there are, this is a 4-shaft loom, 4 harnesses, and so he is threading it with a plain weave pattern because he's going to be weaving a rug, and he's just threading it in a sequence 4, 3, 2, 1 all the way across. So you can see his warp is probably, I don't know, 40 inches wide or something like that, and so he has to, and I think it's probably good. Is it 40 inches wide, Earl? About? Something like that, I think. And
30.
30? Okay. And then you have each section has like 20 ends, I believe. So it's a lot of yarn to thread through all of those heddles.
Right.
And then after he's done threading all the heddles, you move on to, what's the next section you move on to, Earl?
Then I go to the
You go to the reed?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
You're doing a good job. It makes
Yeah.
me nervous to talk on camera too. What's your name, Earl? Your last name?
But
Earl Black. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for doing this with us.
uh,
The work that you're doing here is beautiful. How long have you been at Spindleworks?
I've been at Spindleworks about the
3?
about 30 years.
30.
30 years.
Yeah.
My goodness. What a difference this has made in your life, I'm sure. Thank you so much for taking this time with us. So, Kathy,
Yes.
this is stage 2
Yes.
of the weaving
threading.
process,
Right.
the threading.
Threading.
So we've now seen Kim,
Yes.
and we've seen Earl at his station threading. So you're going to take us through the next couple of steps, is that correct? When we get back from the break?
Sure, or someone else will if it's not
Okay,
me.
someone will take us, either you or Brian, I
That's
believe.
right,
All right,
that's
we
right.
might meet another person
Yes,
upstairs.
I think that we have some great weavers upstairs as well. So.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, Earl, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, we will be back after the break to see the next section of weaving at Spindleworks in Brunswick.
This is the new Hollywood Casino, featuring the heart-pounding action of live table games with Vegas-style blackjack, roulette, poker, and more. Now playing at the place where the fun never stops. From the thrill seekers to the blockbuster winners, here you've got the lead role, because there's no place like Hollywood.
Spectrum Generations. Live healthy, live well. Get answers, get connected. Spectrum Generations, specializing in the art of aging.
Life should be celebrated. It's a special day when family and friends gather together to celebrate the life of a loved one. A celebration of life helps us honor our loved one and keep our memories alive. Whether you're planning a traditional funeral, a creative celebration of life, or a blend of both, at Knowlton Hewins Roberts, we are truly committed to meet the personal and unique needs of you and your family. Knowlton Hewins Roberts. Visit us online or visit our 2 locations in Augusta and Winthrop.
Welcome back to Mature Lifestyle on Time Warner. This is a show that features people in the community who are in Brunswick right now with the Independence Association. We're at Spindleworks with Brian Braley. Brian,
Hi.
you've recently been promoted, I hear, to Program Supervisor of Spindleworks.
Yes. And I've really enjoyed having that opportunity. I've worked here for about a year and a half with some great, amazing artists, and I really love how passionate they are about the artwork that they make.
How long have you been with Spindleworks?
I've been here a year and a half, yep.
Great. So here we have Teresa Lebrecq. Hi, Teresa.
Hi,
How are you?
I am fine.
Thank you for meeting with us and showing us what you're working on.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, Brian, can you tell us a little bit about what Teresa, we've seen so far? We've seen the looping of around. Tell me what that's called again.
The preparing the warp, yes.
The warp, and then we went to phase 2 with Earl.
Yes.
Where he was preparing the loom.
Yeah, he was threading the heddles and the reed, which are these two sections of the loom.
Okay, so now this is what comes next. So
Yes.
that work has prepared this type of loom for what?
Yes. Well, Teresa's picked a really complicated pattern for her project, and so after we finish threading the loom, the reed, it is tied onto the front bar, and then it's wound to a certain tension, so that just enough tension so that the threads don't break. And then at this point, Teresa's actually using 2 shuttles for her project with 2 different colors. And as she weaves, she's following a pattern. Teresa, did you want to tell us a little bit about the cards that you keep flipping over here?
Well, if I didn't have the cards, I don't know what kind of pedals to push, and I don't know what number to put my foot on. So what I'm doing is following the cards. I got 77 of them, and my pattern is a button pattern. It takes about probably 2 months to finish the scarf, and I'm finished now.
Are you really?
Yes, I'm way over.
What are your plans with the scarf at this
To
point?
sell it at the store, hopefully for Christmas sale.
Oh. And do you have a lot of items down in the store, Teresa?
Yup.
Yeah.
I have, they all sell.
Nice.
There's nothing, hardly anything.
That doesn't
Yeah.
sell of yours?
No, it sells.
How long have you been coming to Spindleworks?
Over 22 years.
Wow. And have you been a weaver the whole time, or is this a skill that you
No.
learned?
I learned how to weave, and I also paint. I also help my artist people out when they need to be helped.
I hear that you do a little bit of help in the communities as well.
Yes, I go to school. I used to go to school.
And what did you do?
Volunteer, and help the, when it was Jordan Acres School. I didn't live very far from there. And I did that for over 8 years by myself.
Wow.
Because I didn't come on Thursdays, so that would be the day. And then I went by my own self.
So how do you think in the last 22 years your life would have shaped up if Spindleworks wasn't a part of it?
I'd be sleeping all day. And
I'm
be
sure you would
watching-
not.
Well, no, I would go out in the community, watch people, and I would go out to the stores, and I would just buy my time. And then I would go home and watch TV, watch
Right.
the news and stuff, see what's on there.
And so here you're much more productive. You're helping children in the community.
Yeah.
You're making products that you can sell. And you've established yourself as an artist in the town of Brunswick.
Came a long, long way. Last 2 years, Spindleworks is teaching me the right and wrongs, not to let it in, let it out more often. And I'm not scared. I've been doing that for a while.
Wow. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
So, Brian, how is Teresa an example of some of the other artists that you have here before we move on to the next station?
Well, I think that Teresa is a great example of how we give the artists here freedom to choose the projects that they want to choose. And I think that helps build her independence. The pattern, the colors, everything that she's doing in this project is all of her own design. And our goal is just to help guide her through that process and make her reach her goals, which she's done an amazing job at.
Great. All right. Well, thank you. And Teresa, thank you.
You're welcome.
We're gonna go see what happens at the next loom.
Wow, good.
All right. Thanks. We are moving on from Teresa's workstation, and we're now with Anna and Brian still. So, hello, Anna.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
We have Anna McDougall here along with Brian, and we see that Anna is at another weaving loom station. And we'd like to get a feel. Brian, can you tell us a little bit about what Anna is weaving that's different from what Teresa was doing?
Sure. Well, Anna is actually working on a Seori weave, which is a Japanese weaving style, which is a little more free-form, so you can create a random design into your pattern. And you use 2 shuttles, just as Teresa was, but you're not following the same harsh pattern with all the numbers. There's not as much keeping track because you can see as you go in the pattern how it's coming along.
So Teresa's weaving, she had a card system. It was very specific. There were 77 cards, and she had to follow the foot pattern. So this one gives Anna a little bit more creativity and freedom to do her own thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So Anna, how long have you been coming to Spindleworks?
10 years this fall.
10 years. Wow, that's a long time, 10 years this fall. And how do you think that Spindleworks has affected your life?
Well, it really affected me because it's like a lot of. It takes a community to hold one big program, and I've never been in this type of community and tons of friends, and I never had that growing up, and now I got it thanks to Spindleworks.
And I hear that also you've really branched out in the areas that you do at Spindleworks. So in addition to the beautiful weaving that you do, what are some of the other ways that you participate?
Well, I do a lot of variations of different types of media of artwork. I do like animals, and also animal inspirations, and also vegetable paintings, because I live on a farm that inspired my artwork.
Oh, so you have farm animals at home, and so you paint them when you're here, and you sculpt them. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, some I do exotic, some I do the exact same. What comes in my heart, it comes out in my artwork.
Right, and I see we've got some of the artwork up here above your head. So it looks to me, from what I can see around us, that you're a weaver.
Yes,
You're a painter.
Yeah.
You're a graphic designer. That's a beautiful image on a T-shirt over there.
Yep.
Yep. And what's this here? This one. Can you tell us a little bit what's that?
It's an autobiography
Wow.
of any obstacles that really changed my life, and when I first came here, and how much I accomplished over the years. And it's about love, music, family, friends, everything is about that.
That's amazing. And what are you wearing here in this picture on the cover?
My chenille scarves. I used to do chenille, but I got upgraded to bamboo.
That's awesome. So I hear that you just had a book signing at the Gulf of Maine. How many people came?
A lot of people.
That's what I heard. That you packed the house. Right? That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for spending this time with us here. You're quite the natural on camera.
Yes, I do have that experience.
That's great. So, Brian, can you tell us a little bit, as we move into the next segment, we're going to wrap up our day here at Spindleworks. What will we be seeing downstairs?
Sure. Well, we'll actually be seeing some of the projects that our artists have been working on. We can see some finishing of the weaving projects, and we can see a more variety of the artwork that our artists are constantly working on here.
Wonderful. All right. Well, we look forward to that. We're going to quickly go to break. You'll be back with Mature Lifestyle with Spectrum Generations.
Spectrum Generations. Live healthy. Live well. Get answers. Get connected. Spectrum Generations. Specializing in the art of aging.
This is the new Hollywood. Hollywood Casino. Featuring the heart-pounding action of live table games with Vegas-style blackjack, roulette, poker, and more. Now playing at the place where the fun never stops. From the thrill seekers to the blockbuster winners. Here, you've got the lead role. Because there's no place like Hollywood.
Hi, welcome back. We are on Mature Lifestyle, a Spectrum Generations show. And today we are in Brunswick, Maine at Spindleworks. We're with Liz McGee, the director. She has spent the first half of this day with us, helping us understand this amazing process here at Spindleworks, where they work with people from the Independence Association who are finding their way in the world as artisans. And we are surrounded here by Diane Black, Hi, Diane.
Hello.
And Liz, and she's brought examples of what we've seen through the course of today's show is primarily the weaving process, but also how the artisans and the artists here are able to turn their skills into books, into sculpting, into painting, weaving, etc. So they are very busy and active, productive members of this community. And Diane's a great example of that. So Diane, I'm going to ask you to tell me a little bit about what we've got here.
Well, this is Eve, and she been made by the. I made it out of the water first, so we can put on my weaving on her and build her up from the bottom to the top.
So you wove what she's made of on a loom?
Yes.
Is that correct? And how long did that take you?
Oh, 5 or 6 weeks, maybe.
Or maybe a little longer.
A little longer.
Possibly.
So 5 or 6 weeks, maybe a little longer to weave all the materials. And then you're making a figure here that looks remarkably like someone sitting here with us right now.
Yes, she's sitting, and she has beautiful eyes, and she has a nice good nose, and nice good lips and ears, and beautiful glasses.
She looks like you.
Almost.
So Diane, I think we met your husband Earl earlier in the show, did we not?
Yes, you did.
And how long have you been coming to Spindleworks and participating here?
Oh, about 20 years.
Wow. Wow. That's a long time.
Long time.
So Liz, you work completely with all of the artists here and in this community in a way that you see probably more clearly than anyone their effect and their. Could you tell us a little bit about the role that they play in this community? Wrap it up for us today. If there's a message about Spindleworks that you want people to know, what would it be?
Well, they're really educators. They're leaders in making people understand or teaching people that the word disability is sort of a silly, outdated word because they lead by example of all of their abilities. They shine forth. We get to call them artists here. We don't call them Diane with a disability. We call her an artist, and she shows through the crafts that she makes that she is an artist and she's a teacher in the community. So through the work we do here, we are creating community and a diverse community through the understanding of what it means to have varying abilities. And we do that daily, whether a customer walks in and Diane greets them and takes them for a tour, or whether our work is on view at a local gallery. So we're constantly educating the public about what it means to be living with an ability.
Great. And we'd like to mention that you have an exhibit opening for running the whole month of November at Curtis Memorial Library.
Yes, it's
you can get more information about it on the spindleworks.org website or through the Spectrum Generations website as well. And that's it for Mature Lifestyle today. And we're pleased that you joined us. If you'd like to see this show again, just check the spectrumgenerations.org website for all of the Mature Lifestyles. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Mature Lifestyle is made possible by Hollywood Casino. There's no place like Hollywood. And by Knowlton Hewins Roberts Funeral Homes and Cremation Service. Our homes are warm and welcoming, and we take care of you and your family like we would our own. Call us anytime. We are here for you.
You're watching TWC TV, only on Time Warner Cable.